Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We are talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars in today's video because they just won 25-3 on the road against the Tennessee Titans, and they are now 8-4. The Indianapolis Colts just lost to Houston, so Jacksonville's got Indy two more times starting next week. It's going to be for the division lead, and in this particular clip, it was honestly just a pure domination game. 20 first downs for the Jaguars offense, only 11 for Tennessee. Took them a little bit to get going, but they had an 18-3 lead at halftime. And we're going to go through this rapid reaction here. So actually, let me go a little bit further. I wanted to make a Jags video, after your victory last week, but it's Thanksgiving, it was on a road trip. And anyways, you got Brenton Strange, just going to kind of hitch here. You're going to get Parker Washington slanting. Sorry, this is not to scale. This might be the worst drawing here. But Jakobi Meyers, the addition. So Trevor Lawrence, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions today. Jakobi Meyers, BTJ returned. We'll talk about him. 6 catches, 90 yards in this touchdown. They kept Lawrence clean. They were running crisp routes. I would say the only reason that they had only 25 points, which is still very impressive, is because of penalties. But folks, welcome back. Let's get into this rapid reaction. All right, here is the second touchdown to Brenton Strange. And that's going to be it for Trevor Lawrence and the passing offense. Once again, Trevor Lawrence, 16 of 27, 229 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. And then Brenton Strange, 3 catches for 45 yards and a touchdown. We got him down here. And it looks like we've got maybe a corner route going here and then Brenton on a post. And he's going to be open. But what I really love is just this front five, this offensive line, giving Trevor Lawrence so much time. A play like this, a deep corner, a deep post, it needs time to develop. And that's exactly what you see here. Very little hesitation from Lawrence. Brenton Strange is wide open. And so I know it's just the Tennessee Titans. Cam Ward's actually been looking good recently. We'll talk about the defense in this video a little bit later on. But you are playing a 1-10 team, and Jacksonville didn't even look the best. They did not look like their best today. And if just like an average decent game results in a 25-3 divisional win on the road, I'm going to take it. You're a 1-10 team. These guys don't have too much to play for here. They want to knock you out. They want to hurt your playoff chances. They want to hurt your division chances. And Jacksonville just did not let this turn into a trap game. They didn't let it get sweaty, didn't get greasy. It was a little chippy out there. But Jacksonville just went on the road, took care of business. So in that first touchdown I showed you of Jakobi Meyers, here's actually what sets this up. So there were a couple of downsides in this football game. And right here, Parker Washington, he's just running a deep go route. He hurt his hip. He tried really hard to get it going before the halftime, and then once halftime occurred, he was done for the day. That does not look too major. And then left tackle standout Walker Little, he went down with a concussion, so it could be worse, but hopefully Walker Little is good to go relatively soon, and same with Parker Washington. But those were really the two downsides were just a couple of injuries. So Parker's running deep here. He's going to get that safety out of the play. And then you just got a wide open, it looks like a deep dig to Jakobi Meyers, who, like we said, 6 catches, 90 yards. This one ends up going for 50. And I'm sorry, NFL copyright is kind of a pain. But we're going to pause it right here because take a look. So this is Parker Washington. This is BTJ. He made his 3-game return from injury. He had 2 catches on 3 targets for 28 yards, by the way. But just look at this block he puts on here. It's this effort that I love to see. I just like to see this effort. Just pushes him onto the ground, and they end up getting to 3-yard line or whatever. A couple of plays later, Jakobi Meyers gets in for the score. But I'm starting to see this Liam Cohen offense in the passing game. I really like this simple concept. You see this a lot with a team like Detroit. You'd have Jameson Williams going deep. You got a guy behind him like Amon-Ra St. Brown or Jakobi Meyers in this sense. Burn off the top, get that safety gone, and boom. Look at how far Parker Washington already is. All right, getting to the end of the third, there's not too many highlights in this football game. Outside of the 3 touchdowns, a couple of sacks for Jacksonville. I won't lie to you. It wasn't the most fun to watch this football game, but my Packers already played on Thanksgiving, took down the Detroit Lions. This is just, it's not your grandma, it's Bashal Tootin here. We were so big on him in the offseason. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the run game because ETN didn't have much success on 12 carries, just 2.3 yards per carry. Tootin, 2.1 yard per carry on only 8 attempts. So Jacksonville a top 10, top 5 rushing attack in the NFL. They ran the ball 27 times for only 70 yards in this football game. That's just 2.6 yards per carry. I think that Titans defense, Jeffrey Simmons, whatever, they're starting to get. I really don't think the Titans. I feel the same with like the Giants. I don't think these guys are 1-10, 2-2, or 1-11, 2-10, really that bad. But that was the bad side to Jacksonville's offense. Was it feels like Tennessee kind of just stacked the box, said, hey, Trevor Lawrence, beat us with your arm. That's exactly what they did. They had 13 first downs on passing attempts, and then only 3 on rushing. And then just speaking of those penalties real quick, 13 penalties for 98 yards. Jacksonville has been highly penalized all season. That needs to be cleared up, especially in a game against the Indianapolis Colts next weekend. It needs to get cleaned up before the playoffs. But even with those 13 penalties, they're still able to put up 25. All right, guys, like I said, sorry, not too many highlights here. Now, you guys know this is Josh Hines-Allen here, and he actually ended up, this isn't a sack. We'll show you one sack right after this. Just gets to Cam Ward. He's going to end up throwing this into the dirt, getting hit into the dirt, throwing and getting hit into the dirt. I will show you a highlight of Josh, but he had 5 pressures. Now, technically not credited yet by PFF. They got to do their game review, whatever. 5 quarterback pressures in the first half alone. He finished with 2 sacks. The Jacksonville Jaguars got to Cam Ward 3 total times. They also had 3 forced fumbles. One of them was on a penalty that kind of really opened up the football game for this team. But liked the defensive pressure, especially from this man right here. He's a beast. All right, folks, we will wrap it up here in this particular clip. Early on in the second quarter, you're going to get Gardeck down here, number 47, with some initial pressure. And like I said, they got to him 3 times. Cam Ward right here. This is how a lot of this looked, where, I'll give you some stats here. Cam Ward went 24-38. That's a lot of completions. That's even more passing attempts. Only 141 passing yards for Cam Ward. 147 all-purpose. So he averaged only 3.7 yards per completion. And just right here, this initial pressure that just kind of breaks this pocket. Cam Ward's not taking this check down. He's not looking at this check down. They just had him really uncomfortable. Now what ends up happening is you can kind of see him still going. He's still going. Then Josh Hines-Allen and a little bit of Gardeck, and I can't tell who the defensive tackle is in this clip, but they were all over Cam Ward is essentially the point I just wanted to make with this clip. And by the way, hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Post a ton of Jag stuff on this channel here. Tony Pollard and the Titans, they only ran the ball 14 times game script-wise. They had some success, 4.8 yards per carry, but that's really like the name of the game here is you're going up against this rookie QB. I really like the defensive schemes where, like right here, looks like they're bringing a ton. It's 3rd and 5. They're ultimately only up bringing 4, and they're able. Cam Ward's got to throw this damn football. It probably shouldn't be a sack, or could be an early sack by Gardeck right there. But my point is, they had Cam Ward playing like a rookie on a 1-10 team, and he just did not look good. And I've been watching a lot of Cam Ward, like even last week against the Seahawks. They scored some second-half points. They ended the game with some positive momentum. They were able to move the ball down the field. They weren't able to get it done in the red zone. But I've watched a lot of Cam Ward this season, and that was the first time since probably early on in his rookie campaign where he looks like, oof, they need a lot of help over there. So that's it for today. Just rapid reaction for this 8-4 Jaguar team. You guys are 8-4, and I feel like nobody's really talking about it. I'm not a Colts hater, but we've been saying on this channel, I don't think the Colts are winning the AFC South, whether it comes down to Jacksonville or I guess even Houston. I don't think the Colts are winning this division, and you have one big showdown next, I think Sunday. Yep, Sunday, 1 o'clock start. So we'll get another video out to you guys, but thank you for watching. Hit that like button, hit that sub button, and let me know your thoughts from this game or just the 8-4 general Jacksonville Jaguars. Peace.